Ti West, the X Trilogy started with X in 2022. Starring the likes of horror film scene latest princess Jenna Ortega, Brittany Snow, whom I connected more with Pitch Perfect, and one Mia Goth, who really propelled her prominence with her acting ability through this trilogy. It was an ode to classic slasher feature more akin to Tobe Hooper's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yet West took a commentary on the aloofness and solitude of old people who were in desperate new leash of life. In the same year, West released Pearl, the prequel to X, which was filmed during the same time with a totally different style from the earlier film. West created a world of yesteryears, where Pearl grew up in an uptight environment in her family ranch, culminating into what she became in X. It was very comparable to Todd Phillips' Joker, and hell, even Mia Goth had an Oscar-worthy monologue which the Academy naturally overlooked. The critical success of both movies brought a wave of anticipation for Maxxxine, which Ti West already said was in production, which continued the story of Maxxxine Minx after the gruesome fallout from X and her experience in Texas. Now into the 1980s, Mia Goth's Maxxxine was an aspiring actress in Hollywood, trying to break into mainstream films while still trying to survive by starring in adult films. In the backdrop, we realized the city was plagued with a night stalker who left a string of serial killings that left the LAPD in a rut. This was a classic neo-noir crime film as Ti West paid homages to directors like Martin Scorsese and Brian De Palma with this way of filmmaking and storytelling. He had also assembled a cast fitting for this incredulous plot that got our protagonist Maxxxine in the bind. Among the notable names in the cast, I really like the performance from Elizabeth Debicki as the no-nonsense director of the movie that cast Maxxxine, as well as the spectacular Kevin Bacon as the grimy private investigator, the one that you need in every noir feature. However, should Maxxxine be considered a horror feature? In a lot of aspects, I could feel a strong comparisons to Mulholland Drive, which scared me stiff with one particular scene, but Maxxxine was more rooted in reality. The antagonist at the end had his feet embedded in religion, a plot from the prequel, and due to some selfish motive, a lot of killings were committed. As the title implied, this movie was always going to be fueled by the actions of the titular character and drove by the performance of Mia Goth. Goth was in no doubt doing a good job carrying the movie with a plot not entirely interesting or something we had not seen before. There was a scene earlier which I would like to highlight, which involved Maxxxine encountering a creepy chap in the dark alley, which was a lot of fun. However, this could not be compared to the good work she had done in Pearl, from which the character was very much well crafted and her Breaking Bad was heartfelt. I was certainly not going to root for an adult actress who was indulging in cocaine the whole day. Now let's touch on the writer-director Ti West. At the fledgling stage of his directorial career, he could be associated to the whole mumblecore movement, and he was crafting some notable independent horror films, with the 2009's The House of the Devil and 2011's The Innkeepers being the more notable works. Beside his segment Second Honeymoon in VHS, I did not have any prior experience with a Ti West movie. And with this X Trilogy, which was now part of A24's burgeoning library of horror films, I believe Ti West now could be spoken in the same breath as other horror luminaries like Ari Aster and Robert Eggers. I thought West had an eye for cool cinematography based on the source material he was basing on. It was rustic and uncouth in the 1970s southern state for X, while we saw a clean, pristine, pan-out view of the same farm when a young Pearl in the 1940s was sprawling with hope for a better life. In Maxxxine, the grimy streets of LA shot like a Michael Mann's gritty crime story and even utilizes split screens and Dutch angles like a De Palma's movie. As for the plot of Maxxxine itself, it was nice to tie up the underlying thread from X and the conservative populace being brainwashed by the television evangelists who took offense with the flash trait in the most obtrusive manner. Despite having a strong lead character and a sprawling list of side characters, most of them were written in a flimsy manner, which was a waste for the likes of Giancarlo Esposito. the second time this year for Giancarlo, after Abigail, in a Reddit Ask Me Anything of late. Ty West stated that he was happy with where he left it with regards to the film trilogy, and that Maxxxine is likely the end of the series. This was perhaps a good thing so that he could explore more interesting horror movies in the coming years, and allowing Mia Goth to bolster her reputation as a solid horror movie actress with movies like Infinity Pool. On reflection, Maxxxine might be rated the poorest for me in the trilogy, but still warranted a 7 out of 10 for competent filmmaking from Ty West, and an easy watch that I did not keep checking the time out of boredom. Please like and share this video and subscribe to KK's Horror Heretics, as more exciting reviews are in store for you guys. My last review was M. Night Shyamalan's Trap, which, like Maxxxine, would not really be considered horror in my book. For now, I had to erase the horrifying scene from Mulholland Drive that brought me nightmares for the longest time, which I had to dig it out from the crevices of my brain while writing this review. Oh no.